today. We're going to talk about clan games that just finished up and how we finished as clan, the rewards that were sent out originally and then changed once clan games actually came about. We've got events that are going on right now. We've got some shop offers that are in the shop. We will talk about our war streak, our last couple wars and the current war we have going on. And there was some news sent out about the 2021 championships. We can talk a little bit about that. There's a new Archer Queen skin coming out in the new season, which ends today for the old season. And then there was something with Darian on the Read It about, you could ask him questions. He had a bunch of answers and responses like that. We'll talk a little bit about that if we have time. If not, we might have to cut this into 2 short episodes because we're kind of fitting this one in. So yeah, where would you like to start?
Mm-hmm. There's lots more. There's quite a lot of activity happening. So I know you said that clan games had just ended, but it had ended quite a bit ago. It's just been we didn't get around to talking about it.
3 or 4 days ago, it did end, and I was a little bit worried about this one just because we are pretty much down to about 15 solid members still.
I don't know why you were
able to recruit anybody. And I mean, I know that you don't mind the 15. It's just, when somebody has to do heroes and whatnot, then we have to recruit craziness, or we have to sit a bunch of people and only do a 10. So
to be fair, I know that you were worried about clan games, but I wasn't so worried because we knew that some of our players had life things to attend to, so probably weren't going to play games. But I think we obviously we have a minimum in our clan, but I think people kind of come together naturally. There is the odd 1 or 2 that sort of like to leave it to the last day, but they always get their minimum in.
I think it helped that we had a lot of moochers again that just come in and start them and don't really care and whatnot.
They're quite hard. It's almost like so some days it's quite hard to see them get them before they get their point, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you were just like, okay, I'll let you finish and then I'll kick you just to get those points up again.
No, because by that point it was like, no, I can see we're definitely gonna max out. You're not getting anything.
But at the start, I don't know if you're thinking, in this case of sleep, I'll just let that one slide.
I wasn't because, like you said, we usually come together and we usually get it at the end anyway. So no, I don't let people do that. Even just get one because then they're getting free rewards. That's not fair.
Well, and it is sometimes it's really hard. Like you can't. Clan games is particularly a hard time for recruitment in that respect. That people come in and don't even say hello, don't do anything, and the first thing to do is start a clan game challenge and then request. Mm-hmm. So there's more here, give me everything that I can have from you without even saying hello. So it's a bit like some days it's like trying to it's almost like we've got a rat infestation, and it's like, oh, one's gonna pop out so you can get it. But sometimes they just scurry across and just like, it's too late, they've done it, they've just like completely put me off my food or something like that, they're just like, oh yeah, so left you little presents kind of thing. You're like, little boys, or you can't catch them in that kind of thing. So yeah, but and I'm annoyed at clan games because I don't get to max out, and that annoys me. I was 10 away, but I guess I should clarify, by maxing out I mean getting the 3995 and then getting the 1000. after.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I mean, I'm not as fussed about it as I might have been, but what does annoy me is that
certain people in the clan purposely wait for the 1,000 to come up and snipe that one only, and
no,
that annoys me.
that annoys you.
When I sit there trashing crap challenges all day to make the good ones come up for me, and then somebody comes on randomly and snipes the challenge while I'm trying to finish another one. That annoys me.
No, I guess what annoys me is that on the forums or on the in-game announcements, they always say, here the list of boosted events, which is a crap ton of use. That does, by the way. Right? And I just wish, right, they would just tell you if there's a 35, or is the 35 boosted to 70? What am I looking out for? Is there 1,000 pointer? Or is the highest going to be an 800 pointer? And bar those two sort of things, I don't know what anyone else would want to know, right? Why would I do not believe that there's someone going, oh, there's that one challenge I've been looking out for that would be boosted. I mean, I'm going to have such a great time in this game. You know, that whole list doesn't even make, it's like, what value does that list do? You know, what does that bring, right? And, you know, I see it all the time in every clan game. Someone goes, why can't you just post the minimum and the maximum for this game? Right? That's all we really need to know. And Supercell are aware that there are people that want to max it out. Right? And
it's just not high on their priority list to do that.
But no, it's not even a coding thing. That's the point. It's not even a coding thing. It's just, why cannot Darian just do, you know, make your post like half the size and just tell us what the maximum and the minimum is? Because you already know what challenges are boosted. Therefore, go look up that spreadsheet and tell us, right? I don't care that, you know, it's a specific. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes the 35s is just 35 and it's not boosted to 70. That's fine. I don't care. I just need to, you know, it's not important as to what the specific task is. It's just, are there 35s, are there 70s, and are there 800s or 1000s? You know, I mean, am I missing something there, Jen? Is there something else that somebody would find remotely useful from that list?
No.
You know, is someone go, oh, there's that challenge again. It's been boosted like 5 times in a row. It's so overused or something like that. You know, it's like, oh, what other possible? I do not understand what is the value from that huge list.
I don't know, but I see the list too, and I was just like, why? What for?
So
it's a waste of space.
It is a complete waste of space. And then, you know, you're then looking through everyone else's posts, because as a community, people will post if there are 1,000 pointers or not, right? But then there'll be ones that respond to Darian's post, which again is about twice the length of it has to be, and you're like, oh, for goodness sake. So, you know, just trying to trawl through, you know, people that are in a similar boat who like to max out, just to know if there is or not. And sometimes it's all the way to the very end where you actually figure out if there is 1,000 pointer or not. And it's just,
yep.
Again, I appreciate that you don't need to max out. And, you know, just get your 4,000 points and be done. But I think it's like the fact that Darian knows, right? Unless they claim oblivious, I don't know how, because it's almost like they claim oblivious when the board used to refresh when we logged off. They clearly know, right, from their analytics, that there are people that max out. Why aren't they, you know, being helpful? Just be helpful, Supercell. So, sorry, that was my rant. I'm completely off the clan games thing. But, yeah, that annoys me every clan games. I just see that list and I'm like, what's the point? Why
No,
didn't you?
it definitely annoys me too. And what else annoyed me was the rewards themselves this time. They put them out on Twitter. There was supposed to be
a gold rune,
book of building and a gold rune in the last tier. I'm like, okay, good. I can do more walls and get a book of building. And come clan games time, they're both builder runes. The builder book was still there, but it was a builder rune of gold and a builder rune of elixir. And I'm like, what is this crap? So went to the forum right away, and they're like, "Oh, we apologize. We realized it wasn't correctly put up, and we'll make it up to you in the events coming up." Which, have they made it up to me in the events coming up? No, because seriously, do I need the 1-gem hero boost? No. What good is boosting my heroes if I can't boost my troops? And really, one other event? Come on.
Well, maybe there's more coming.
They were offering me a gold rune, and then I didn't get it, so I'm a little bit ticked off.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say all the various sort of things that people say. It's all free stuff, Jen. Why are you so worried about it? I think
because they shouldn't get me excited and give me false hope that I'm gonna get something that I'm actually not gonna.
Well, I think it also, you might have had plans for that and diverted your gold elsewhere.
I did have plans, and that's why I was upset.
Some people like to be, all spreadsheety. I have to say that carefully.
Exactly. People actually like to have a plan. And when, you're looking forward to something and then you don't get it, it just... It's annoying.
Is it a bit like Christmas then?
Yes.
But yeah, so they did sort of switch that, and, I think it was pretty much... The majority was like, well, it's a builder rune of gold. That is not equivalent. So... Yeah, it's... I think they dropped the ball in communications there, and this is what I mean. It's almost like they wait until somebody says or complains or says that they notice the difference, and then Darian comes on.
I'm sorry, you have how many people working for Supercell? Not one of them realized that it was posted wrong on Twitter? Mm-hmm. You can take tweets down on Twitter.
But it's just, it's that kind of reactiveness rather than proactiveness of saying, okay, you've given us a sneak peek of the games and it's not actually what you were going to put out. They should just hold up their hands and say that so that people know, right? Not have to trawl through the forums and look for a post that Darian might have at some point, or a moderator at some point. Explain.
Well, because not everybody plays the game to then go on the forums and see what's up.
Yeah, and I noticed they pulled off they just removed the sneak peek of, how in the in-game things that come out, they just removed that, and you're like, well, So yeah, that annoys me. The whole let's see if they notice thing. That I'm more and more convinced that it's more, if we make a mistake, we'll see if they notice, and then we'll fess up.
Mm-hmm.
And odds are a lot of people are gonna notice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Sorry, I was totally... This is the theme for this podcast, is where I'm just grouchy throughout.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Okay, so what else? I just lost my list. What else did we have on the list?
So you admit that there's a list?
I did have a list.
You were going to talk about our wars.
Right, yes. Our clan wars. Okay, so our clan wars right now, we've been doing pretty good. We are on, what did I say here? We're on an 11-war win streak. Our last 2 wars ended up pretty good, 29-27 and 44-41. We've been doing really well defensively with our 11s. They've come in clutch and made those wins a little bit easier because we've had that star gap. So that's been nice. And the 11s have kind of stepped up their game a little bit. They're clearing their own, which is nice. I've been able to help you at the top and hit the top bases, and
of which you've done on this war already.
This war already. We've got number 1 and number 2. 2 is cleared, and number 1 is a 2-star 90%. And our war is looking good there. We are outnumbered in the 11s department. They have 5 and we have only 3, as one of our 11s was busy, so we had to leave them out of war. I do think that we have the advantage in the 11s, even though they have 5, because all 3 of ours are maxed, other than a couple walls, and theirs are quite rushed. Base is not so much, but definitely offense is definitely struggling where ours is max. So I think that we should be able to clear them quite easily in that department, and kind of left you on cleanup duty because I wanted to get my royal champ down. So I did my 2 attacks real quick, and
I'm okay with cleanup duty. You know me. I like to take the easy route out.
So if the 11s clear this war, that means you'll be able to clean up my mess on number 1 and maybe get that extra 10%.
Yeah, like 90% 2-star is a mess. I don't think you've been seeing any of my attacks in wars. I'm like 90% 2-star.
You told me not to watch them, so I haven't been watching them.
Well, true, but I'm like 90% 2-star. I'll take that any day. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah,
I just say even the 90%, it was not my best attack because I put my queen down with the healers, got her to get the air defense, and then I threw my king down, and the stupid queen was supposed to go up, and she's like, oh, a boy, and she started following the boy instead of going where she was supposed to go. So then I had to adjust my whole plan and ended up throwing my royal champ right into a single inferno. So it locked onto her straight away, and she was dead within seconds. So that was nice.
Did you at least use the ability to soften up the inferno?
Oh yeah, no, I did. But a skeleton trap popped at the same time, so as soon as her ability went off, she started hitting those instead of the inferno.
Oh.
She didn't get anything.
Oh, she got some skeletons.
She got some. Yeah.
But you said we knocked off a red at some point recently.
We did, we knocked off a red. I think that was 2 wars ago. We knocked off a red. We've got probably 11 or 12 more wins to go before we knock off another red.
That's not gonna happen.
We'll probably add another red before we get there. But right now in the war log, there's only 4 red ones. The rest are green, which is kind of awesome.
And tell me again, what's the least amount we've had in our log?
In a long time, I think the least we had was 3.
Oh.
3 or 4.
Oh.
Yeah. So it might have been 3. I can't really remember. It might be 4.
Let's just say it was 5, and we can feel better.
No, it's definitely, we've definitely had 4 before, but it might have even been 3. So it's, I don't know if it's been 3 because, like I said, we get on these really long streaks, and then we usually have a couple losses close to each other, and then we go on another long streak and whatnot. So
yeah,
that seems to be a pattern.
I did say that I surprised myself with how big the streak was. I hadn't checked recently. I noticed that. I think is it pretty much since we came out of the last leagues, pretty much not lost since. Because I think
we had 0 wins going into leagues because we had just lost right before we went into leagues.
Yeah, so pretty much. And I was like, oh, and I think I noticed it, but didn't notice it, if it makes any sense. As in, I noticed that we hadn't lost, but I didn't realise how many wars that had been. I think we're now in that sort of old territory where we start getting the screwy matches. But also, on the flip side of that, the clan starts noticing the streak. As well, so there's always a bit of the pressure's on. I mean, sometimes we can psych ourselves out because when people start noticing, oh my goodness, next one's gonna be 10 or something, or 11 or 13, lucky 13 and stuff. It gets a bit more I know that we want to win, but we want it a little bit more, and that can be our
Yeah, it definitely
our
can.
downfall.
I know that, I'm definitely going to feel more pressure for sure. Just now officially being able to help you at the top, being a 13 myself, so it'll definitely be more pressure on me as well. Just for myself wise.
Yes, because you're only getting 90% to stars. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
Jen. Come on. Okay, so what's next on your list?
The shop offers. There are shop offers right now. There's 4 of them. An attack pack, anything goes, building wisdom, and hero mixer. For $13.99, I can get a rune of elixir, a training book, a hero book, and a training potion, which will not be purchasing. Just given the value, it's only 4 times, so I mean, I'm not going to be getting that. I pay $6.99 to get the season pass, which is going to be dropping tomorrow. So, I mean, I won't be getting that pack for sure. The Anything Goes pack is a Book of Everything, a Builder Potion, Power Potion, and Resource Potion. Book of Everything, $6.99. Not really worth it for me either, just because my defenses, for me, being a new town hall, yes, you want to get specific things done, but I feel like I've already gotten the important things. My lab is done. My siege chop is done to the levels where I've got everything unlocked now. My camps are all done. So the only thing really left for me is defenses. And do you really want to be booking those and getting those higher right away? Because that's just going to add war weight quicker. So for me, the only thing I would use the Book of Everything for would be my heroes. And I've gotten my queen and my warden to the point where if I use a potion, they're maxed. So I've just got my king and my champ to be working on. And for me, I can do that, with builder potions and stuff like that. So paying $6.99 for one book that I can use on anything when I would just be using it on my heroes, it's not worth it for me, because like I said, I pay that $6.99 to get the season pass, and I get the hero book at the end, and there's usually one in the top to get 2 of them. So not worth it for me. The 5 times value Book of Building for $3.99. No, I'm not paying $3.99 for one book. The only one that I might get would be the 5 times value hero mixer, the hero book, and the hero potion, just because, like I said, with my hero, my queen, and my warden being at 70 and 45, if I use a potion, they are maxed. So those hero potions do come in handy for me. So having that one would be beneficial, as well as having the book. That just means another level that I can knock out of my king right away. So that might be the only one that I get, is the $2.79 one, because it's not super expensive, and it's still, something that I'm definitely going to use right away.
Mm-hmm. Just very quickly for me, I'm not buying any of them. I mean, I don't need them, basically. But in your little one, does it tell you what the name of the offer is? Like, the whatever fancy names that they like to call them, potion mixer thing that you're saying. Does, because I noticed on my little one, it doesn't say anything fancy. It just says special offer. Is that just my really...
Like in the shop?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go into the shop on my little one, it says anything goes.
Maybe it's just because I'm using a really, really old phone to try and play on my little one.
Maybe.
But,
maybe.
But that shouldn't.
Maybe.
I don't know how that happens, though, because it's like
I don't know.
It's just the software on the phone, and if it, I don't know. I don't know, but it doesn't say anything about. Not that I'm so upset I can't read the fancy puns.
Why are you in there anyway? You shouldn't be looking in the shop. You're not supposed to be purchasing anything.
Because there's a stupid number on there, and I have to click on it because I've noticed it's gone up from 2 to 5.
Turn your shop offers off.
Can you turn your shop offers off?
I'm not allowed to buy anything. Why would I have them on? If I can see what's in there and the good deals,
wait. Can you turn shop offers off? I thought they just have to be there. I thought you can turn on if they're going to be personalized ones or something like that.
I don't know. I just have it off.
Yeah. So do you still get... So in your little one, you've got it off, but you still get...
I think so. I think you'd have it off. Just hold on. Let me quickly check.
Going off on a tangent here.
Okay, so more settings, personal offers.
Yeah, see, personal offers.
Oh no,
That doesn't,
I do have it off, and
that
it's still
doesn't
in
say
there. So
that your shop is off.
I don't know, what does the personal
I
offers
don't
mean
have
then?
a clue. I've never felt as if I've had a personalized offer.
Because I'm always getting still stuff in there.
I have no clue what that means. I don't ever think it's been highlighted that it's a personal
If
offer.
I turn it off and I turn it on, it's the same bloody thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, see,
I don't
Jen, you were giving me grief yet again. When I was right.
Okay, so what else are we going to talk about? The new Queen skin. Have you seen it?
The Rogue Queen.
Yeah.
I have seen it. What do you think about it, Jen?
I haven't really been able to sit and look at it. I've just seen a couple video short things that had it kind of on the screen and whatnot, but I was kind of just skimming through things, so I haven't really... I just know that it's a Queen skin. That's all I know.
I mean, we can talk about it probably when it gets released in a little bit more detail.
Yeah,
we can twirl her around and look at her. I was gonna go look at her butt, but I meant look at her back. You know, so... Well, just because she's something hunches, right? Because she's on her, you know, sometimes the arrows and the expo is so heavy, sometimes she's a bit like a hunchback, right? So she squats. Yeah. But yeah, once that comes out, we can twirl her around and have a proper look. But what's your general sort of initial thoughts on the theme of the Queen?
Is it supposed to be a Star Wars thing?
No, I think it's more related to you know, those kind of RPG kind of roles that you can get in the kind of, you know, those games, RPG games where, you know, there's a specific class of warriors, you know, you've got like okay. You know, a rogue's kind of like one of those classes of things.
Okay. Well, I don't know, I don't know if I'm a fan of the themes, or... Because obviously, I mean, they're going to come out with one for the champ and the warden and the king now.
Do they? I don't think they fully committed that everything's a set. I don't necessarily think everything's going to be a set. So it could be just a one-off.
I think the first ones were not, just given that there was a P.E.K.K.A. king and a Valkyrie queen. I think there will be one that, you know, maybe will be some kind of lava hound warden or something like that. But I do think there'll be something like that that'll go along with that kind of theme, where it's, you know, characters from Clash of Clans. What would the champ be? I don't know. A Yeti champ, some sort. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to seeing it in the game tomorrow, just so I can, you know, kind of see up close and personal what it is and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. The one thing that I have kind of thought a little bit about is she's got that kind of hood that has the little wee point on it, but she's tied a little knot. It's almost like a top knot kind of thing. And that reminds me of the cave woman one, where she had the, like, she's got that hood thing where it's like covering her eyes because she's a rogue, but it reminds me of the whatever animal that's on her head one. But yeah, I mean, we can talk about that in more detail in the next one.
Yeah, so we can talk about the events that are going on right now. That was the other one that we had to talk about.
Yep. Shall we... Sorry, dramatic pause there, but I was just trying to think. We could keep it a short one, and we could talk about this, and then end it there, and just have another short one.
I was just gonna say we can talk about this and then end it there, and then we can do another one maybe earlier in the week and whatnot, and
yeah, just because there's quite a lot of stuff to go on to talk about, because there's been a lot of movement in the forums. In terms of
and like I said, that Darien thing and the Reddit forums and whatnot, so like that'll take a whole episode. And the championships, like we could talk about the changes that they've made there and stuff like that in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, really anyway, we should have talked about the Queen skin after, but never mind.
The 1-gem hero boost is going on right now. Like I said, if this is supposed to be compensation for them not giving me a gold rune, they can take their 1-gem hero boost and blah, because it doesn't really do anything for me.
So, and I'm in two minds with this. Right, okay, so before I'd be like, oh, hurrah, it's a 1-gem armor boost, right? So for 4 gems, I can boost all my heroes, and actually, my heroes will shake a tail feather and actually wake up so I can do my raid at the same time that my troops get done. Right? Because that was always what people were complaining about, that my troops are ready but my heroes are still recovering. What's the point? Right? So that's what I would have thought. I think now it's more difficult with the training potions. Is like, well, what's the point of boosting my heroes if now my troops are no longer ready? Right? So but then how do I boost my army? Am I gonna use like individually do the barracks and then the spells and the siege barracks? Because if I use a training potion, I'll feel like I'm not actually getting my money's worth because the heroes are already boosted.
So tell me, what good is this 1-gem hero boost? Seriously. The only thing that it would be good for is if you're in a war and you need to do your attacks back to back. You don't have to waste the potion or the 5 gems to boost them all. You can just do 1 gem for each. That's the only thing. Otherwise, it's just pants.
Did you do back-to-back hits to the sword, Jen?
I did do back-to-back.
So you could have actually have used it.
I could have, but I waited the 19 minutes because my heroes weren't completely dead after my first attack.
But you would have appreciated it if they were.
Yeah, but I wasn't in a rush to do I was, but I wasn't, so.
Mm-hmm. But so I see where you're coming from, and that what is there? How did you use this boost to the best of to make the most of it? I mean, do you get a reward, or is it just that you don't get a reward for that one, do you? Okay, so there isn't even anything to try and do. Maybe will do.
So that's why I'm wondering, like, is this supposed to be compensation for the gold rune that they gypped me on? Because it's really not.
They didn't just gyp you, Jen. They gypped everyone.
I am not getting a single thing from this event.
Well,
whatsoever.
They didn't say the very next event. They're just saying in the
they better give me something after this Hasty Loons event, because this Hasty Loons event for 15 gems and a training potion isn't all that either.
Well, see, now you can use the training potion with the heroes.
I am only 10 levels behind you. 10 levels behind you. Just gonna say.
In terms of. Okay, here we go. 10 supposed levels behind me. Mm-hmm. It's not confirmed.
And I know, because you haven't collected all of your achievements, because you like to hoard the gems. But you know what? I'm going to catch you one day, and I'm going to pass you, and I'm going to figure out how much experience is in all of those achievements that you have. And then I'm going to figure out how much I need to get ahead of you before I can actually say, aha, I'm ahead of you.
But does that mean that one day I'll come and then I'll look at my tablet and I'll be like, why are all my achievements collected?
Maybe.
Yes, that won't be a good day for you, Jen.
No, I know, but I'd have to run away.
Because sometimes, I'll just let you know, Jen, sometimes, some of them, I've not collected since, like, the first time. There's still 2.
Oh, I know. Don't worry. I know how you work. I've seen. Don't worry. Don't worry. So yeah, as for the events, not really anything
You like
to
the
be doing
loons, though.
about.
You must be excited
What?
about the loon event with your icy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using my Invisa Queen Charge Lalo ice thing, so it's exciting for me that I get to use that army in practice and actually get a potion out of the deal.
A potion that you can use. Potion that I can use as well.
Yeah.
So, yep. So, hopefully there'll be some more events coming up as well.
Hopefully there better be.
I think
because otherwise.
I think it's quite good that it's an event that my little one can do.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
So,
yeah, because we played climb games with the little ones, and we got to the 3rd tier, I think. So we got a few rewards.
It was hard.
Some of us maxed out climb games with the little one too, and got 2 rewards, and some of us didn't.
Some of us did not max out, not for the lack of trying, Jen. Just remember, some of us did not have the boat built.
That's true. I tried to cycle. I was trying to cycle because I knew that you didn't have the boat built. I was trying to cycle, but then when a really good one came up, I'm like, well, she's not awake.
Yes. And my fatal error of, well, this one's 800 points. And then little did I know it was get 2 million in elixir.
Yeah,
and
that was a dumb one. I saw you took that one. That
was so painful.
I'm like, you're Town Hall 6, how much do you think you're going to be getting in a raid?
That was so painful. I'm like, why is this event not ending?
I saw that and I was like, ooh, that was a bad one.
Why didn't you just tell me to cancel it and say, look how little you have? Because I'm like sitting there and I'm like, okay, there's too many zeros in this. It should be even enough to get though. I don't really need to know, is it 200,000 or is it 2 million? But I'm like, why? Well, it was like, at one point, because I'm obviously having to get the elixir, right? I think at one point, I was top of the clan. Because I had to attack.
You were.
I had to attack so much that I ended up going, gaining all these trophies. And I'm like, oh, it was so hard. So it wasn't for lack of trying, Jen, but for not maxing out. But now that you tell me, and now disappointed that I didn't get an extra reward, I forgot that would happen. I didn't realize, well, to be honest, I thought, well, I didn't really think, actually, to be truthfully. But I think a bit of me thought that you would have to get all tiers to get an extra rewards. I thought that's what that meant to me. So I didn't realise that actually if you don't get all the tiers, you can still get an extra reward. So yeah.
So what did you end up
Maybe that's my can't fix stupid.
There you go. What did you end up picking?
I'll let you know.
I'll tell you what
happens.
I'll tell you what
I haven't picked mine yet. I never picked mine.
I can't believe you haven't picked yours. I picked the research potion, so I put that in my lab right away. I picked the builder potion, and I put that to work right away as well. And then I picked the resource potion, and I think gems for the last one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your 4 rewards instead of my 3.
Yeah, I picked gems because I didn't think the training potion, because I mean it's Town Hall 6, nothing really takes long to raid up at Town Hall 6 anyway, and the troops don't take very long to cook, so I didn't think using a training potion and then having to commit to playing a Town Hall 6 for an entire hour was really worth it for me, so I didn't pick the training potion.
It is when you're going to get 2 million elixir.
When you need to get 2 million elixir, yeah. But yeah.
But no, I mean, I have plans. But you know me, I don't pick my game rewards until the very last minute. Of which, as soon as I'm done with this podcast, I need to go collect my skin from my. I have
Yeah,
not
there you
collected
go.
any of my rewards from my season pass, even though I
Yeah.
bought it about like day 20. I'm really not good with this game, Jen. I'm like, I haven't collected any of my rewards on my main account, so I better at least get the skin if nothing else. And you know, all the gems there before that ends. So that's a good reminder. But yeah, no, for Town Hall 6, I think it's worth. I know we're veering off the events and we're now talking about something else, but I noticed that you said that you were thinking of going up to 7 already. And so this we started on the 1st, right? So this is one whole month when you're already finished 10 L 6. You know, so I think that's it's a good point to sort of take stock in terms of okay, what's happened in a month, and you've gone through 6 town hall levels. It's quite easy.
Well, like I said, I mean, and they've commented as well that they want to keep new players engaged in the game, and because it's such a long road to get to Town Hall 13, they want to make the lower ones easier to get through, so people stay engaged and don't get discouraged because it's so long. So I mean, if we're Town Hall 7, I'm going to be going to Town Hall 7 within a month. I mean, our kind of goal at the end, my goal at the end for us to be Town Hall 9s, I mean, that's not far-fetched at all.
Just that's our goal? What?
Well, not our goal, but I'm just thinking, like, and I mean, we didn't really set out any other rules and stuff, but I mean, for myself, I think I'm only going to have the 3 builders, just because I had mentioned to you a while back that I wanted to see, because right now, I mean, I've gone through Town Hall 9 a couple times, and my defense is always finished well ahead of my heroes, my labs, stuff like that. So I just want to see if there is a balance in that if I only have 3 builders, will my lab and heroes kind of finish at the same time with just the 3 builders, as opposed to having 5 builders or 4 builders, which I've had in the past. So that's kind of what I'm going to try and get out of it as well, just to see where the balance is with all these town halls in finishing defenses and lab at the same time, to kind of go up at the same time and whatnot.
I think Town Hall 9 definitely, with your 30 heroes, and you've only got 3 builders, so you've only got 1 builder for defenses if you're going to have your constant hero upgrade. And so maybe, I don't know. So are you telling me that even if you have the gems, you're not going to buy that builder?
Nope.
Interesting. I think...
I mean, I already have a couple other ones, like I said, that have gone through Town Hall 9 that I've got the 5 builders. I've done it again. So I mean, I'm in no rush to be a max Town Hall 9 again. And like I said,
I don't know, Jen. Sounds like everyone's in a rush to upgrade the Town Hall, and I'm like, okay.
For me, it's the experiment. Like I said, like I want to figure out what the balance is. If it's 3 builders, then it's 3 builders, and that's just like I said, because I've already done it and done it a couple times with 5 and whatnot, and know that okay, I can get there this fast. It's just like, okay, well, what's the balance though? What so everything finishes at the same time. And I mean, it's a good experiment. I mean, like you said, we started it on the 1st, and we'll see where we end up in a year. See what we are with me personally, just with the 3 builders.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is where we sort of see where the paths diverge. Pretty much, Town Halls 1 to 4. There is no alternate way to do anything. There was just everyone's in the same kind of road. But with Town Hall 6 and Town Hall 7 coming up, I think this is where we start to see divergent of people playing styles. I think you've already chosen not to. Well, I don't know if you would have enough gems for that 4th build already, but you have to build a base. you have Gen 9s, and other people in the clan are working hard away at it as well. I'm choosing not to build a boat and remove obstacles. So I've just basically screwed myself. But essentially, I think this is where, in terms of if we're going to draw a chart, this is where we would diverge, because what I would see happening here is that I'm a slowpoke and you're sort of middle of the road, and then the others are sort of zooming past at this point. So and that's what I see happening here, where it gets a little bit different. I have noticed that we're already diverging in terms of where we can diverge. You and the other people in the clan like to use your little loon army, whereas I quite like using my grind army. So, I don't mind the loons, but I like my grind army. I've always liked the grind army a bit, whereas yeah, I've noticed that I am in the minority there. um, and what I mean, do you have any thoughts in terms of how things are going?
I think definitely Town Hall 5 was the most difficult town hall. Just in terms of, part of the experiment was to see if we could just use the troops that we had in wars and have that be successful for us. I think Town Hall 5 was definitely the toughest, and I think it was because it was only one spell. And because it was only one spell, I had mentioned in chat today that you can't, that spell, even if it's 2 lightnings, it can only destroy or it can only damage a building. It doesn't completely destroy a building. Whereas because you get the extra spell at Town Hall 6, you can actually take out an air defense. You can actually take out mortars or cannons or something like that and get rid of defenses. So that significantly changes, the attack and how much offense you need in a certain area. Whereas at Town Hall 5, that base is that base, and that you got to clear everything. I mean, you can damage a couple things, but you're not actually clearing something and removing a really big threat from the base. So I think that Town Hall 5 was definitely the toughest one that we've gone through so far, and I think that it'll remain the
Town
toughest.
Hall 5. I did quite good with my Grand Army at Town Hall 5. Mm-hmm. So
it was definitely tough on air, and like I said, because of the air bombs, that was definitely a game changer. Going from Town Hall 4 to Town Hall 5, not getting that upgrade in loons, but having to deal with air bombs, it definitely
freaked you all out, and I'm like, I just worry about spring traps.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I mean, in terms of our awards, we've been doing all right. I think that touches upon what I wanted to talk about when we talk about Darian's Ask Me Anything on Reddit. But we can talk about that later. We can talk about our awards and stuff later. But I thought it would be good to sort of take stock where we are 1 month in. I think I'm surprised we're already. Should I be surprised? Maybe I had silly expectations, but I'm surprised we actually, some people are ready for 7 already. Some are not, like me.
Well, and I think that's where, because I mean, if we would have said like no buying any extra builder huts and just limited it to the 2 builders, I mean, we definitely would have been each of those town halls that much longer, because we only would have had 2 builders.
I mean, I do feel like we sped through it very quickly. I mean, as soon as we were max, we hit the button. And I don't know if that was something that I preempted. I didn't know whether we would play a little bit more and then hit the button or what have you. But it's to me, because the lifetime of that town hall was so short, it was almost like you've maxed out, you hit the button, and it's almost like because the people, you and the other people in the clan have played it before. You kind of know how to time all your builders together to get the shortest amount of time and whatnot. Um, so that bit, I'm like, well, did I miss the whole point of being little? Because I'm already about to be a 7. Because in our clan we have 7s, so it's almost like we're ready to go into the big world now. So I do think there is should we have it stopped and smelled the roses a little bit?
Well, we can start again.
No, never again. But and also interestingly, Jen, and I don't know if you were thinking about it because I saw what you put in chat, but as a Town Hall 6, ready to go to Town Hall 7 and whatnot, as a Town Hall 6, there's something you could do to see if you could do it, Jen. At Town Hall 6.
I know I can 3-star a Town Hall 7 as a Town Hall 6 because I've done it 3 other times.
No,
Thank you
but without only the CCs that we can provide you.
Well, soon we'll have a Town Hall 7 in the clan who can provide me with CC Hog.
Well,
so I'll do it.
But again.
No, actually, I was actually thinking about that in like what you just said. I wasn't at Town Hall 6 for very long because it was like, okay, it was Town Hall 7 to be, helpful in our main clan, and it was just like, I never really got to enjoy the little ones either because it was like, okay, I gotta get big because I gotta be helpful, and
nobody put that pressure on you, Jen.
I know.
But yeah, so you could do that, but I know that you said there's talk about you upgrading and whatnot, but...
I know, but nothing's set in stone. I can be Town Hall 6 for a while.
No, I'm just saying, I think you... So do you think can you do it without hugs?
Could I do it without hugs? Probably not. It's not because Town Hall 6s only have 2 spells, and a Town Hall 7 base, there's just so much more that's added. I mean, you get 2 Teslas, you get another Archer Tower, you get 2 more cannons. Like, there's a lot added at Town Hall 7. And because
First off, I'm just going to say I'm impressed you actually knew what's extra, but okay. On you go.
It's just, it's too much for only 2 spells. You need, if I was a Town Hall 6 with an extra 3rd spell, I think I could do it with Town Hall 6 troops. But with just the 2 spells, like it's impossible for the giants to get through that many levels of walls to get all of those defenses.
What happened to your amazing Loon Army, Jen, that you've been using?
That won't work on Town Hall 7 air defenses, and you know it.
Well, I again, it's your game. I just wondered if I saw that you had put up a replay in chat, and I was wondering if that's what you were thinking about, as we put it on the chat. I'm probably. Well, I've still got research to do, so I'm not gonna be 10 or 7 soon. And again, I'm still in 2 minds of, do I stop and smell the roses a little bit, or have I reached that? Have I missed the point already? As in, because I do feel like at 10 or 6, it's almost like a step. Now, I'm gonna state the obvious here. It's almost like 10 or 6 is a stepping stone for 10 or 7. But almost like there's no point to Town Hall 6 because it's so much better at Town Hall 7, right? Whereas Town Hall 5 kind of has its own little identity. Because isn't that when you get spells and it's like, oh my god, I've got spells? Right? So whereas Town Hall 6 kind of like, well, that's just on the way to 7. So I'm not sure if I've missed the boat already in that respect. But yeah.
No, I hear
you. Because first, it's like not having any spells, that's painful. And then 10 or 5 you get spells is like, like all the spells like have like, you know, another green check I can have on the little screen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm into meds. I haven't decided yet, and I've got a couple of days to decide what I want to do.
Well, I mean, like, there's no rush. There's no saying.
I don't know.
That,
I'm feeling the peer pressure of everyone zooming through the town halls.
No. You don't have to, because I mean, I didn't even think. Like, it was just, I didn't think that we were going to go this fast either, because, I mean, the other ones that I've started, I haven't really played. It was just kind of something to have, and that's it. So...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so those are my thoughts.
I kind of forgot for you. I mean, this is only your second one, so you should have been stopping and smelling the roses along the way.
Only a second one. I'm not gonna have any more. But I mean, what do you think so far?
I think you know, after doing this, I don't need to go to Town Hall 7 right away.
No, I'm not trying to convince you.
No, I know.
Way, my question was actually, what do you think about your whole experience so far?
I mean, like I said, for me, it's something that I've done multiple times again already. So I'm like I said, I was more excited to do this with you because it's only your second time doing it, and just kind of seeing it through your eyes.
You can laugh at me as I take the 2 million games challenge.
Yeah.
You're like, now, what a rookie.
Like you've said, not kind of maybe taking that time because it's gone so fast to smell the roses, to enjoy the little town halls and remember what it was like. It was kind of like, yeah, I kind of missed out on that too, kind of thing. So, but I mean, there's always another one. There's always next year.
No, there's never another one. Never. But okay, we managed to squeeze in another little bit there.
I know, yeah, but for me, I mean, it's gonna be exciting for me, and just the whole journey along the way. Just because, I mean, for you, it's been ages since you've been even at Town Hall 7. I mean, if you once you eventually press that button, it's been ages since you've been at Town Hall 7 or a Town Hall 8 or even a Town Hall 9. I remember when I joined the clan, you were already a max Town Hall 10. So I mean, I never got to play with you as the lower Town Hall. So I mean, even just, you know, this next year, in where we go, I mean, that'll all be new, and that'll be exciting for me, just being able to see that part through your eyes, having known that, you know, I've never played with you at that town hall before. So
there might be a reason for that. We don't play well together. I don't see you putting challenges up.
I don't see you online.
Well, I don't know. I'll wake up and the board's cleared. I'm like, I don't need to do anything today. I just need to do my attacks. And I was like, oh, that's nice. It's 15 stars versus 15 stars. That's us done. You know, so it's like, fair enough.
Well, the thing, like, I didn't know. Well, I mean, war to war, I don't ever know if the one guy's going to attack. So it's like, okay, should I hit 2 bases and just get it over and done with? Should I wait? So...
Oh, that's fine. I'm like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are really too worried about stars. We all know in the end that I'm going to beat you, so it doesn't really matter how it all starts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that one slide, Jen, because you don't want to go down that road. Mm-hmm. And that's probably why you attacked. You know, early on. And don't think I don't know this war's getting later and later.
I'm gonna get the last word because I'm the war general, and if I want to do my attacks before you and have you on cleanup, then you're not gonna get the stars cleaning up.
You're not a war general. There is no war general. Yeah.
Oh no, I meant in the bigger one.
Oh, you mean okay. You're gonna beat me on the bigger one. Is that right? Okay, I see. And how many more do you need, Jen?
I'm less than 1,000. Let's just say less than 1,000.
Don't forget, just like that other guy, you're almost like me. Already.
I know.
Already. You know, divide that by 6 and have a think.
Okay, so next episode, what we will talk about, we'll talk about the Read It,
Okay.
the Q&A that went on there. We'll talk about the championships that we were going to talk about. The new season will be out, so we can talk about that. The season pass will be out, so we can talk about that and the skin. And Clan War Leagues will be going on, so we can have a little chat about that next week.
There's Darian's Ask Me Nothing that you just said with the Reddit. And then I'm just trying to remember, there was also the recruitment tool feedback thing.
Oh,
and then the World Championships that you were talking about.
Yep.
And what was that it? I think that was a couple.
I think
there's tons of stuff
so.
these days, isn't there? But yeah.
And hope they'll come out with some better events than the ones that are going on right now, because I am still ticked off that I did not get my gold room.
But it's okay, Jen. Remember, it's only defenses now.
That's true. That's true.
You don't want that extra weight, like you said.
All right. So until then, we will see you all then.
Bye.